So, Captain, what was the most difficult part about your flight training?
Like I told you the last time, bro, about the money, when you have to save money to pay all the bills about the hours of flight, when you are training, when you are training air club, parent air club, you have to pay bills and save money. From my point of view, the worst part to become a pilot is about the money, sir.
So, tell me about your flight training.
My flight training in my career or when I started,
All of that. When you're starting and about your career currently.
I did at least 6 hours of flying in the air club, and then I went to fly with my friends and learned a lot with them. And after that, I got a job, and my career is always improving inside the company because I'm always training and studying a lot.
What are the advantages of being a pilot?
I like to say that we are always playing, not working. You know what I mean? Like I'm never working. I'm always traveling. It's a perfect job for me.
And what about the bad parts?
The bad parts,
Yeah.
if you love to stay at home, it's not my case. You're always out of your bed or far from your home. Just that.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah, from now.
With a lot of money inside my pocket and working a big airline company, flying wide bodies planes and doing what I love to do.
Where do you?
Always with money.
Well, yeah, it's very important. Where do you see aviation in 10 to 20 years from now?
From now,
Yeah.
I like to remember how the aviation was 10 years ago, to have some idea to prepare my mind to the future. So 10 years ahead, we're going to have a lot of new instruments or safety conditions always improving. And I like to think about my position, my career inside aviation, not just about aviation.
What aircraft do you currently fly?
So usually I'm flying a turboprop aircraft like Cheyenne, Cheyenne 2, Cheyenne XL2, and Cheyenne 3, King Airs, Charlie 90 or B200, and an experience with Seneca's 3. We are flying a lot that kind of aircraft.
Yeah, Captain, I can see that you flew a lot of types of airplanes. So, how did you feel on your first solo flight, in the first one?
I was excited, not nervous, just excited. My coach was preparing me and teaching me to be ready to solo my aircraft. And when he asked me if I would like to fly alone, I just told him I'm prepared, I'm ready, let's go do that.
Great. Tell me about your daily routine at work.
At work, I'm always at home, like waiting for any flight. When I'm preparing for a flight, I'm always studying, improving about manuals, about a lot of kinds of things that I can study alone at home to be better in my job. And when my boss call me, we have to leave everything at home and just think about the flight and practice our flight or
Great.
English.
Yeah, like we're doing now. What aircraft would you like to fly?
What aircraft?
Yes, like your dream.
Yeah, I have experience in King Airs, Cheyennes, but I don't know why, but the little one is Seneca, and I love to fly Seneca aircraft.
Really?
Yeah, I really like.
Nice.
More than any King Air.
Really?
Of course.
Man, very nice. Why is important to check the weather forecast before a flight?
Because you need to avoid any problem with meteorological conditions like bad weather, CB. You need to avoid, because if you are flying straight ahead CB, you need to deviate, because you can free your passengers or make any damage in your aircraft, like with a thunderstorm, or at least hurt any passenger with turbulence, severe turbulence.
Tell me... Terminou a minha memória. Não, tá ok. Tell me about your first solo flight.
Again?
Tell me about your first solo flight. I didn't ask before.
Yeah, you asked me about my first
Oh,
flight.
my mistake. Sorry, my mistakes. My fault. Where do you think the best employment opportunities will be in the future for pilots?
Like I told you, sir, I believe next year we're gonna have a lot of opportunities in the airline companies like Latam, Go, the Brazilian company. You need a lot of pilots to maintain the business.
I hope so. The best for us.
And that will be
the next
our
year.
opportunity.
Yes, God bless all of us. What happens if you have a landing gear collapse during landing?
During landing,
Yeah.
probably you're gonna break your land gear or your aircraft, like damage all your fuselage, probably your engine too, and you can hurt your passenger too and yourself. It's not a good conditions. It's so danger. Can create any fire or just hurt anyone.
What is the best airports you have been to?
So I know Galeão Airport and Santos Dumont, but I prefer Santos Dumont. It's a beautiful site.
Okay. What do you think about the environment impact caused by greenhouse gas produced by aircraft in the long term? Do you know what greenhouse gas is?
Yeah, like a kind of smoke that airplanes can create, like burning fuel, right?
Yeah.
So it's part of the business. You have to pay fuel. If you pay fuel, you have to fly, and the passenger needs to move around the world. It's part of the business. From my point of view, it's not important, because everybody have a car and create the same thing, and the airplanes do the same, but from my point of view, less than a car.
Yeah.
If you think about the business.
So, explain the relation between bad weather and fuel consumption. It's the same topic.
Could you say again?
Yes. Could you explain the difference between bad weather and fuel consumption?
Like I told you when I was talking about the bad weather, if you have a CB or any kind of bad weather ahead you need to deviate. If you need to deviate, stay out of your road, of course you're gonna spend more fuel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you mean burn more fuel?
Probably the most important part about that, the difference is that.
Strong headwinds, you burn more fuel, of course.
What about, yeah.
What is the job of the ATCs in busy airport? Do you know about that?
Sorry?
About the job in ATCs in the busy airports? I don't know what they...
Like the workload
Yeah.
for ATCs controllers. In Bicashery, they just some days they have a hard workload. In another airports like São Paulo, Congonhas, Guarulhos, a workload for them is so high because have a lot of aircraft coming from all of those from another countries speaking English with different ways, and like they have different swags. You know swags?
No. What is that?
Swags are gíria.
Slangs. Yeah.
No, swag and slangs. Slang seria gírias, but swag It's like a swing, a different way to use your tongue, swag, or just not about your tongue, about your
Behavior.
body,
Behavior. Yeah.
the way like you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess. What products do they use to de-ice the aircraft?
To de-ice the aircraft.
Yeah.
So to de-ice aircraft on the floor inside the airport, you need to do that in a special place to avoid contaminate the environment. Sorry. So we have a lot of procedures just trying to clean. I have a special product, ethylene.
Glycol.
Glycol, sorry. Glycol is the product to de-ice some aircraft.
What about the situation awareness? Could you explain what situation awareness means?
What is situation awareness?
Yeah.
When you are thinking ahead of your flight, like 5-10 minutes ahead, what will happen, and probably you're gonna be prepared to lead with any situation that can come in.
The last one. What are your responsibilities as a pilot?
To maintain all the passengers and the aircraft safe, doing a good job, like easy, not easy sometimes, but safe flight, and think about the passengers or my cargo, and maintain everything safe.
What is the difference between a captain and a first officer? In your own words.
Both are able to fly or to do a good fly, like maintaining safe everything. But from a point of view, the first one have more responsibilities when he signs the documents. You know what I mean? He's the captain. But the first officer can always help or save lives.
What about CRM?
It's the way like the first officer and the captain usually talk and maintain the communication inside the cockpit, and they manage all the situations.
Okay, let's go to the second part of the test, interacting as a pilot.